again, I would just prefer to try something different.
I'm single as a dollar bill, so if you got somebody,
100%.
send them my way. Well, everybody has their eye on me. Like, that's the vibe. That's the energy I'm giving.
Oh my God.
Hey guys.
Oh my God.
Travis Kelce is only a few weeks out from locking down the most famous woman alive, and somehow the woman everybody's talking about this weekend isn't Taylor Swift. Let that land for a second. We are weeks away from what is being called the wedding of the century, an event the entire world has circled on the calendar, and the name that kept showing up next to Travis and Taylor's this weekend wasn't a bridesmaid, wasn't a family member, wasn't even a guest on the list. It was Kayla Nicole, and that alone should tell you something, because the internet doesn't just randomly resurface an ex-girlfriend's name 5 weeks before the biggest celebrity wedding in recent memory without a reason. So here's exactly what went down. Kayla Nicole, who ran with Travis on and off for nearly 5 years before they officially called it in 2022, got caught by reporters on a red carpet at a Hollywood Awards event. And she didn't sidestep a single question. She leaned all the way into it.
Single as a dollar bill, so if you got somebody,
100%.
send them my way.
Who you got your eye on anybody, or you just?
No, everybody has their eye on me. Like, that's the vibe. That's the energy I'm giving.
She told the press she is actively dating, keeping it loose, and dropped the line that immediately went viral. She called herself single as a dollar bill. She talked about exploring her options, playing the field, and laughed off the attention by saying everybody's got their eye on her right now, and that is exactly the energy she's choosing to walk in. And then she went further. She announced she has entered what she personally described as her video vixen season.
This might be my video vixen season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you think that was gonna happen? Were you expecting that?
No, absolutely not. Shout out to Chris, though, for the opportunity. I think that I'm just in my season of saying yes and having all the audacity in the world.
Fresh off sharing a stage with a legendary artist and stepping into a major music video moment. The statement she was making wasn't subtle. Kayla Nicole wants the whole world clocked in and watching, because from where she's standing, she is absolutely thriving. Nobody saw this coming the way it came. Did you? And look, none of what Kayla's been doing is criminal. Not even close. A woman living her best life, talking about being single, stepping into her own spotlight, that's just Tuesday. Nobody owes their ex silence forever, and under normal circumstances, this would barely register as a footnote. But circumstances stopped being normal the second Travis Kelce's wedding became the single most watched moment in celebrity culture this year. Because here's the context that changes everything. While Kayla Nicole was on that red carpet declaring her freedom to whoever would listen, her ex was locking in final arrangements to marry Taylor Swift in front of over 1,000 guests at one of the most iconic venues on the entire planet. That's the collision point. That's why the internet didn't just react, it detonated. Fans weren't just surprised, they were visibly uncomfortable. The sentiment circulating online said it plainly. This is not the time, and this is not the place. They are literally about to get married. The criticism hit fast, and it hit without mercy. People called the timing desperate. Some called it pathetic outright. Others said they just wanted Kayla to step completely out of the frame and let the couple have their moment without her name anywhere near the conversation. And there was a specific frustration that kept surfacing. The idea that every single time Kayla speaks, even when she's talking purely about herself, the headlines drag Travis Kelce back into the equation anyway.
There's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being spun into something crazy, so.
Whether that's fair to her or not is a separate debate. But what it reveals is the gravitational pull this wedding has right now. Anyone with even a thread of connection to Travis or Taylor gets yanked into the orbit whether they ask for it or not. The storm doesn't care if you're innocent. It also cracked open a wound that never actually closed, because a significant portion of the fan base has long believed that Taylor already addressed Kayla in her music. Specific lyrics from a recent track have been dissected and pointed at like evidence. Taylor has never confirmed it. Kayla has never been named directly, but the theory has lived in the culture long enough that it doesn't need confirmation to have power. So the moment Kayla's name surfaces in any headline adjacent to this wedding, that entire narrative reignites. The speculation floods back in. The cycle starts over from the top. And suddenly what could have been a clean moment for Kayla becomes another chapter in a story she may not want to keep being part of. Now zoom out, because the ex-girlfriend drama is one small thread in a much larger story. The real reason every former connection, every old flame, every peripheral figure keeps getting dragged back into the spotlight traces directly back to the wedding itself, and the details of this wedding are genuinely jaw-dropping.
July 4th, Sail 250, which is like the president's military parade in New York City. NBA Finals, World Cup, potentially Taylor Swift's wedding, all as overlapping events in New York City between June 11th and July 19th.
The ceremony is reportedly going down at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd, in front of a crowd reportedly exceeding 1,000 guests. The venue choice is reportedly deliberate on a tactical level. MSG has no windows, no outside camera gets a clean angle, not one frame leaks from the perimeter, and it reportedly comes with underground access. Guests can reportedly arrive and exit completely out of public view, transported in blacked-out buses specifically designed to keep the entire operation invisible. For a couple that has turned privacy into an art form, they reportedly found the perfect fortress, hiding in plain sight, right in the center of the most chaotic city on earth. And that obsession with secrecy reportedly goes all the way down to the invitation process. There are reportedly no physical invitations being mailed out to anyone. Instead, the couple is reportedly contacting guests directly by text, a deliberate move engineered to prevent details from surfacing before they're ready. And understand, the text-only invitation system is not a quirk, it is a weapon. Every detail that doesn't exist on paper is a detail that can't be photographed, leaked to a tabloid, or traced back through a paper trail. Taylor Swift has essentially built an information blackout around the most anticipated wedding of this generation, and she did it by design, not accident. The machine is locked down. Now let's talk about what's leaking through the cracks anyway. Anna Wintour, the woman who has shaped fashion at the highest level for decades, the gatekeeper whose approval can make or break a designer's entire career, reportedly offered to step in and help plan the wedding. Think about what that offer means. That is not a casual text. That is the most powerful person in fashion extending her hand and saying, "Let me in." And Taylor reportedly said no. She turned down Anna Wintour to run her own day, not because she doesn't respect the fashion world, but because authenticity over access is the whole thesis of how she moves right now. She does not want a Vogue-curated event. She wants her wedding to feel like hers. And nowhere is that control more visible than the dress situation. Reports say 6 gowns were commissioned. Not 1, not 2, 6. From multiple designers, with several of those commissions being deliberate decoys. Every single designer involved is reportedly locked under a non-disclosure agreement, meaning any leak can be traced directly back to its source. She didn't just plan a wedding dress. She engineered a system where leaking is functionally impossible without consequences. Now let's get into the guest list, because this is where it gets truly chaotic. Karlie Kloss, former best friend, supermodel, someone whose falling out with Taylor became tabloid mythology, is reportedly back in. The two reportedly reconciled and buried whatever went sideways between them. That alone is a headline. Rising star Benson Boone is apparently on the list too. But for every name that gets added back, another gets quietly removed. Miles Teller and his wife Keely reportedly fell off the list after a low-key falling out.
You know, I don't know. That is going to be, I imagine, one impressive wedding. But yeah, just very happy for them. I've known, Trav for a while too, and yeah, I think they're having a blast. That's the point.
Every name in or out is its own story, which is exactly why the couple is holding the full list like classified intelligence. And yet, through all of this noise, they somehow still look happy. Like, genuinely, visibly, undeniably happy. They were just spotted on a color-coordinated date night in Florida, where Travis is reportedly training for his 14th NFL season out of a major rental property. Taylor has reportedly been splitting her time between her commitments just to stay in his orbit. He wore an outfit that matched her. They walked out holding hands. He told fans to have a good night. No chaos, no PR moment. Just two people choosing each other in real time. Travis is also making moves off the field. Beyond returning for another season on a reported $12 million deal, he reportedly landed a brand ambassador role with a major theme park company and holds an equity stake rooted in a genuine lifelong love of amusement parks. His mother, Donna, reportedly celebrated publicly in the comments, talking about the memories and saying she couldn't wait to ride. That is a real family moment in the middle of an industry circus. The pre-wedding events are reportedly being treated like productions in their own right. Taylor reportedly set a $10 million budget for Travis's bachelor party, a laid-back island trip built around golf with his brother and his quarterback. Her own bachelorette plans reportedly span multiple trips across multiple destinations. And in the middle of locking everything down, she reportedly dropped a brand new original song tied to one of the biggest family films of the summer. The music never stops. Then there's the bridal party, which has reportedly become its own quiet competition. The maid of honor spot is reportedly a friendly tug-of-war among Taylor's famous circle, with Selena Gomez widely considered the frontrunner given a friendship that stretches back over 15 years. A long roster of names, supermodels, childhood friends, fellow superstars, has reportedly been floated for the broader party. There is even reportedly some friction over a strict no+1 policy that left at least one guest frustrated about attending solo. This is the level we are operating at. The problem is not finding enough people to fill the wedding party. The problem is choosing from a room full of A-list icons who all want the honor, and somebody has to be told no. Now let's talk about the noise, because there has been plenty of it. Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, surfaced in headlines just weeks before this wedding, publicly announcing her single status and making sure everyone knew she was back in the dating conversation. The timing was not lost on anybody. Fans came with the backlash immediately, because that kind of move in that particular window reads one way and one way only. The moment belonged to someone else, and the internet made that verdict loud and clear. Here is what the confirmed picture looks like right now. The wedding is reportedly going down at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd, in front of over 1,000 guests. That venue was reportedly chosen for a specific reason. No windows, no outside sightlines, maximum containment. Guests are reportedly being moved in on blacked out buses. Physical invitations were reportedly scrapped in favor of text confirmations, cutting the paper trail entirely. Taylor reportedly passed on Anna Wintour and went directly to commissioning 6 separate gowns, with decoys built into the plan from the jump. Carly Kloss is reportedly back on the list. The tellers are reportedly out. Benson Boone is reportedly in. Every detail accounted for, every variable managed. Meanwhile, Travis is training for his 14th NFL season, locked in as a theme park ambassador to his mother's very visible delight, and reportedly preparing for a $10 million bachelor party. A new song has reportedly dropped into the mix. The prenup is being finalized, the countdown is on, and the fans have already spoken. They have drawn a clear line in the sand. This final stretch belongs to Taylor and Travis, and nobody else gets a seat at that table. Every ex, every recycled rumor, every name trying to resurface in the slipstream of this moment, it is all just static. It is noise crowding out something that 2 people spent years earning the right to have. That is the real story underneath all the stories. When a love reaches this magnitude, when the whole world has its eyes locked on one moment, the battle is never about finding the spotlight. The battle is keeping every single person who wants a piece of it from stepping into the frame uninvited. In a few weeks, none of the interference will matter. There will be no room for the noise inside that arena. There will only be Taylor and Travis, standing in the middle of the venue that defined New York and defined culture, finally saying out loud what this entire era of their lives has been building toward. The moment will be undeniable, and no amount of calculated resurfacing, no prenup speculation, no ex-girlfriend press run will be able to touch it. If you're tired of the watered-down takes and want the real story behind what's happening in the culture, stick with BarzBuzz. We don't do PR, we don't do spin, just the truth the industry doesn't want trending. Subscribe and make sure you're notified. The next one drops sooner than you think.